Are there any British folk horror books? If you have ever wondered about the literary side of British folk horror, you are in for a treat. The world of British folk horror is rich and varied, extending far beyond the screen. Yes, there are numerous British folk horror books that delve into themes and settings closely related to the genre found in films. Folk horror in literature often involves rural or isolated settings, ancient rituals, and a strong connection to British folklore. This mirrors the eerie atmosphere created in folk horror movies. Many authors have tapped into traditional myths and eerie countryside locales, crafting stories that explore supernatural elements rooted in local customs. Classic examples of British folk horror literature can be traced back to the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Authors like Arthur Machen, Algernon Blackwood, and H.R. Wakefield played significant roles in shaping this genre. Their works are filled with uncanny rural rituals, haunted landscapes, and sinister folk customs, which are foundational to the folk horror aesthetic. One notable work is The Three Impostors by Arthur Machen. This book blends mystery with supernatural elements, all set against a distinctly British backdrop. Another classic is A Haunted Island by Algernon Blackwood, known for its atmospheric and eerie depictions of nature and the supernatural. Eleanor Scott's Randall's Round features a sinister local calendar custom linked to a prehistoric barrow. This story highlights one of folk horror's key tropes, ancient rites disrupting modern life. H.R. Wakefield's The First Sheaf tells a bleak tale of secret harvest rites in an isolated rural community, emphasizing the dark undercurrents of folk traditions. Frederick Cowell's Lishing involves witch children and pagan rites at stone circles, along with appearances by horned gods. These classic motifs are essential to the folk horror genre. These books share a focus on the eerie and unsettling aspects of rural Britain, often emphasizing the clash between ancient customs and modernity. They provide a literary counterpart to the visual storytelling scene in folk horror cinema. For horror movie enthusiasts, these books offer rich narratives that can deepen appreciation for folk horror motifs. They illustrate the origins and evolution of the genre, showing how literature has influenced its cinematic expressions. Overall, British folk horror books exist as a vibrant part of the genre, complementing films by providing detailed explorations of folklore, ritual, and rural dread. If you are a fan of folk horror, diving into these books can be a rewarding experience.